Hello, welcome back. My continuation of my book reading of Declined. Chapter 1: A Terrible Secret. School was finished, and Mark had 4 cigarettes in his pocket. Other boys drank beer, and some tried drugs, but Mark just liked cigarettes. Now his little brother Ricky wanted his first smoke, and Mark felt terrible. The boys walked down a narrow path into the trees behind their home. Home was a trailer in a trailer park in Memphis, Tennessee. Mom wasn't back from work yet. Dad wasn't there either. Mom left him 5 years ago because he was always drunk and often violent. Now Mark seemed like Ricky's father, an 11-year-old father. He taught Ricky to play football, to ride a bike, and everything he knew about sex. But he didn't want to teach him to smoke. "Sit there," said Mark, and when they reached his secret hiding place, "and let's hear the rules again." Ricky knew them both. "If I tell anyone, you'll hate me. That's right. And I can only smoke 1 per day. That's right. If I catch you smoking more, or if you start drinking beer, you'll hit me harder." "Right," said Mark. "Now watch me. It's really easy." Mark was soon busy blowing smoke like a man. Mark sat next to him and lit another cigarette. "I was 9 when I started," he said. "You're only 8. You're too young." Ricky didn't answer. He was listening to something. Then Mark heard it too, and they stopped smoking. "Just sit still." Mark said softly. Through the trees, they could see an old road, which nobody used anymore. A long black car appeared on the road and came slowly across the rough ground. It made a circle, then stopped. Soon, the engine stopped too. Hidden in the long grass behind the car, the boys watched the car. After a few minutes, a fat man got out. "What is he doing?" Ricky whispered. The man had a rubber tube. He put one end into the tailpipe of the car and the other end through the window. He got into the car, closed the window as tight as he could, and started the engine again. "He's trying to kill himself," said Mark. "I saw a man do it like this in a film once." "How long does it take?" "Not very long," said Mark. "But I'm going to stop him." Mark crawled to the car, pulled away the tube, and crawled back. "Quick, let's get out of here," said Ricky. Suddenly, the man got out of his car again. He had a bottle of whiskey and a gun. He was crying. "Let's get out of here," said Ricky again, urgently. Mark watched quietly. The man looked at the tube. He looked around, then he put the tube back into the tailpipe. He got back into the car with his whiskey. "Mark, please, let's go," said Ricky, and began to cry. "I'll try one more time," said Mark. Ricky watched his brother crawl forward again, and then the man saw Mark. He fell out of the car and grabbed him. "You little," he shouted as he hit Mark. "Get into the car." Ricky was in shock and fear and wet himself. The man pushed Mark into the car and hit him again. Then he laughed. "My name's Jerome Clifford. Row me to my friends." "What's yours?" "Mark," said Mark. Romy laughed. "Here," he said. "Take the whiskey, son. Let's die together." Mark took the bottle and pretended to drink. He smelled gas. He looked at the gun at the seat. "We'll be dead in 5 minutes," said the man. Mark looked into the mirror and saw Ricky crawling towards the back of the car. "Why are you doing this?" he asked. "Give me the whiskey," said the man. Mark looked at the man. If he gets drunk, he might go to sleep, he thought. He passed the whiskey. It's because of the body, said the man. It's at my house. I'm a lawyer, and my client killed a senator. The FBI is looking everywhere for his body, and my client hid it in my garage. Can you believe it? Right there, under my boat. Mark smelled the air again. No gas now, thanks to Ricky. Who's your client, Romy? He asked. Barry the Blade, said Romy. He's a member of the Mafia in New Orleans. Now, he wants to kill me because I know about the body. But he can't because the gas will kill us first. He laughed and drank some more whiskey. Soon he was drunk and asleep. Mark gently opened the car door and ran to where Ricky was hiding. I pulled the tube out, said Ricky in a high voice. Mark lit a cigarette and watched the car. Suddenly the door fell open and the lawyer came out with a gun in his hand. He saw the tube and started screaming. His wild red eyes looked around for Mark, but Mark was well hidden in the long grass. Then he stood still, put the gun in his mouth, closed his eyes, and fired. Ricky made a low noise, like an animal in pain, and ran. Mark looked at the dead man and thought, here's trouble. He followed Ricky home. When he got there, he called 911 with the police. He knew that every 911 call was recorded. There's a body on the old road behind Tucker Trail Park on Highway 17, he said. We need your name, son. Mark said nothing and put the phone down. And that was the end of chapter 1 of The Client. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.